everyone. I'm back here live at EOS Marketplace News. This is Alex again signing in for giving to give you more update and news about EOS and other currencies. So for today's news, it will be about the crypto prediction market. Ogre is gearing up for its first major upgrade. Now we'll find more about it in a bit. So maybe right now watching this video, you are asking yourself, why would I want to hear about the news, or why would I want to hear about this topic? Why? Because you need to be updated and know the current events and issues about EOS and other currencies. And second question may be, why is it important for me to know about these things right now? Just simple, for you to make decisions and what to do next and what to expect. So I'm not really sure if we have the same thoughts, okay? I'm not really sure if we have the same thoughts right now, but one thing's for sure, you are watching this video because you are interested to know the latest update and news about the cryptocurrencies. So just sit back, listen, and just relax. Okay, now just to remind everyone, and I would like to make this clear, we are not financial advisors. You must do your own research in every token or coin that we mention in our videos or that we will be mentioning in our videos. So we highly recommend that you do the research, then you decide for yourself what's best for you, right? So this news is brought to you by PCN, or Preferred Currency News. The crypto prediction market, Ogre, is gearing up for its first major upgrade. Now, people want to use Ogre if only they could figure out how. Now, the decentralized platform for prediction markets based on real-world events launched on the Ethereum blockchain last July. Excuse me. Since then, it has generated excitement beyond the usual crypto circles due to its perceived potential as a trustless, uncensorable platform to bet on sports, forecast elections, trade derivatives, and hedge against risk. But as a venture capital investor said in a recent interview, Ogre's biggest pain point is user experience. Now, this has meant that following a brief honeymoon in which Ogre attracted a flood of users, that's 300 being a flood by decentralized application standards, the platform's daily active user count is now solidly below 100. One would-be user even reached out to CoinDesk for guidance on how to get started on the platform. Nonprofit Forecast Foundation recognized Ogre's user experience problem. Now, as the foundation revealed exclusively to CoinDesk, the upcoming version 2 of Ogre will include a number of improvements to the platform's inner workings, which are meant to alleviate sources of clunkiness, confusion, extra cost, and now the post emphasized that the changes will be tentative up until all the code is written and audited. Holders of Ogre's rep token will need to migrate to a new smart contract if they want to upgrade. Joey Krug, Ogre's co-founder, said that the two versions will be separate universes. In addition, the foundation is working on changes to Ogre app's user interface. So while arguably more cosmetic, users have been clamoring for these changes since late July, just a couple of weeks after launch. Now, a wish list for version 2 on Reddit has gotten a lot of attention from the community, and Kaiser said the foundation is basing its work on feedback from the thread. V2 Blueprint, in a Medium post describing plans for creating and trading on Ogre markets. A couple of these changes are focused on simplifying clunky processes. For example, Ogre currently supports two versions of each trading function, which the normal one, with which Forecast Foundation lead developer Alex Chapman said doesn't really work, and one that allows the user to set the gas limit after which the function will stop trading. In V2, only the second version will be available. Gas is a unit of the Ethereum network requires users to pay when accessing a smart contract. During periods of network congestion, these fees can see users pay several dollars per transaction. Another change will overhaul the very inefficient and complex system for compensating reporters, the user who input information about an event's outcome, such as who won a game or an election. In version 2, Uber will pool reporter fees into a single contract and effectively place rep holders' fees equally with zero gas costs to them and in a way that is far from favorable tax wise, according to the foundation's post. So, other plan changes are also focused on gas costs. Certain tweaks to smart contracts may be able to reduce gas costs by 25% or more. The foundation writes, though it doesn't specify what the tweaks will be. Now, the risk relief. A few of the planned version 2 changes are designed to reduce the risks involved in using Augur. One example is the planned integration of DAI stablecoin, meaning that users do not have to be exposed to major shifts in the value of Ether, or the Ethereum network's main token, particularly when their funds are locked up in a market for months or years. Other changes are meant to make it more clear whether a market is valid. In theory, other markets can only refer to empirically verifiable real world events. Whether it rained, whether a team won or lost, whether a coin hit a given price. Now, in practice, people are creating markets like, does God exist? And this sentence is false. The question of whether or not a market will declare invalid by rep holders whose tokens allow them to vote to quash markets may be having a chilling effect in users who wonder what markets is safe to bet on. Now, users can lose money betting on markets that are later marked invalid. To provide some clarity, the Forecast Foundation plans to allow explicit down for some other reasons. For example, because it incentives murder. Now, in the same line, users will be able to add a message explaining their reasoning for certain actions, like disputing an outcome or reporting in a certain way. Finally, V2 aims to speed things up. Currently, the designated reporter or an address specified by the market creator has 3 days to weigh in before other users can snap up the reporting fee. The Forecast Foundation plans to reduce that to 1 day, as well as removing week-long waiting period between dispute rounds. Now, UI wishlist. Now, the changes above are likely to improve user experience. The Forecast Foundation argued focus on making the Augur app easier to navigate at the user interface or UI level rather than improving the efficiency of the Augur protocol. For example, several users said they wanted to be able to search open markets more effectively by keywords in the title, not just tags, and to sort them according to categories like volume and liquidity, as well as alphabetically. Right, it's really easy for us if we can search conveniently, right? Okay, so a few of these have already been implemented, and Kaiser told CoinDesk the user interface feedback from the wishlist threads is being worked on in parallel. The whole app and trading interface will now have an overhaul at some point prior to V2 actually deploying. Now, in the meantime, users can view, search, and sort over markets using predictions global, a third party site that's not affiliated with the Forecast Foundation and offers many of the features the Uyghur community has requested for the app. While Predictions Global doesn't let users create markets or trade through the site's co founder Ryan Burkham said, "Would love to serve as a centralized trading user interface," but he added, "That's at least 6 months away." Okay, so there's have been a correction 1339 UTC. Okay, now an earlier version of this article erroneously stated that Ogre V2 would be backwards compatible with V1. This has now been corrected. Alright, so that's it for the news today, or for today's news. So before I leave this video, I want to remind everyone rather about the upcoming big event. Okay, so that would be the Crypto Games Conference on October 17 to 18 in Minsk, Belarus. If you want to get more on how to join, buy tickets, or give sponsorship, you can visit their website. It's cryptogames.events. And of course, the other big event will be you will not miss the big events. All right. So if you want to get, you can always subscribe. You can subscribe now. For only $15 per month, fiat, or use the Coinbase option shown below for only $180 annually subscription to be paid with crypto. All right. So that's the latest news update for today. This has been Alex